Welcome to SuperTalk, a podcast hosted by Hillside Public School Superintendent Oluseyis Glover. The goal of SuperTalk is to provide an informative platform where Hillside Public School students, staff, and stakeholders can have a candid conversation with the district superintendent, as well as be spotlighted for their hard work and initiatives. Peace. Good afternoon. This is Superintendent Glover coming with another episode of SuperTalk. And today I am here at Hillside High School, home of the Hillside Comets, and I get a chance to have a conversation, my first conversation of the year, with one of our students, new school board member, student rep, Mr. Oluseyi Cole. Come on, let's give it up a round of applause for him. All right. Now he's a little shy. I told him we're gonna get him relaxed and have him work in because you're the first guest this year. I want you to be relaxed, but I want you to talk about what it means to be sitting on the school board as a student rep. I'm going to talk a little bit about your time here in Hillside as a student, then your time here at the high school, and just have a fun conversation. 20 minutes of good conversation, and by the time you're done, you want to talk some more. And then maybe the next time you can interview me. How's that sound?
That's good.
Okay, let's get it. Let's go. All right, introduce yourself formally. Your full name so everybody knows a little bit about you.
My name is Oluseyi Cole, and I'm an 11th grade student. I just started my junior year since the school year just started. And so far, my school year, I could definitely say I'm enjoying it more than last year because I'm more used to how hard the classes get. And I'm taking harder classes than I was last year. So I'm getting, it's not too much work and it's pretty good so far.
So we are almost 6 weeks into the school year. You've gotten a chance to, you're a junior, so you know the routines, you know the movements, the vibe, the energy.
Yeah.
But what does it mean to be a junior here at Hillside? What does it mean to be a student here in Hillside?
To me, first off, being a junior here at Hillside means that you've gone through freshman and sophomore year, getting to know the teachers that you're gonna have, getting to know the subjects that you're gonna have to do, getting to know how to handle yourself in the school and how to behave, what the rules are, what the regulations are, what is not and what is allowed, and just basically how to handle yourself as a student going to your next years in high school. And being a Hillside student means, personally to me, that I have to have confidence in myself. At first, I didn't want to do student council, but doing it now, I'm developing more confidence, and that's not only in student council, it's in a lot of my classes. In my classes, I have to do speaking in front of people, I have to present, so being confident is a big part of being a student here in Hillside.
You hear that, folks, and I hope you share that with the rest of your classmates, a level of confidence, which I don't think many of our students here in Hillside lack. I think I've seen a lot of our students have a great deal of confidence, and I love that. I love that energy and that confidence that our students bring. So you serve on the student council.
Yes.
What's your role? Are you an officer?
I'm an executive officer, and my role is...
You notice how he said he's an executive officer. He said that real confidently. Go ahead. You're an executive officer. What's your role?
My role is the liaison for the students here at Hillside High School. I'm representing them. I'm basically just bringing their voices out, trying to get their voices across to the Board of Education, and basically just trying to have them at an equal ground, understanding each other.
Now listen, folks, he just took over a very serious and important role. We can laugh, we can joke, and have a good time, but he now serves as a student rep for the Hillside Board of Education. He sits with the rest of the board members, and he brings the students' concerns to the public. I salute you, and I thank you for that.
Thank you.
Who encouraged you to do it?
Miss Deutsch.
Ms. Deutsch, shout out to Ms. Deutsch. She's always representing and repping hard for our students in the student council. Who's the president of the student council?
Ashley DeSantos.
And who's the vice president?
Sarah Augustus.
Sarah.
August.
Sarah's one of those high energy folks who keeps me. Her voice is always in my ear. I want you to know that. So when you see Sarah again, let her know I said that. So let's talk about some of the things that, as you sit as the school board student rep, talk to me about 2 or 3 things you want to bring to our attention already.
Well, we just finished not too long ago, 2 weeks ago, I think, was the pep rally that we had for juniors and seniors. It was, from what I've heard, it was an amazing thing that everybody basically enjoyed. But I wanted, some of the school was not included, like the freshmen and sophomores. They felt like they should have been there. And so I want to bring forth that instead of having it only for juniors and seniors, I think that we should have a more inclusive event for the whole school so nobody feels left out and nobody feels like they should be encouraged to try to sneak into any events.
Okay, so one aspect that you want to bring forth is that all of our events will be inclusive.
Yes.
Okay, so you're bringing forth 2 points that I like to frame around the concept of making sure that we're inclusive for all of our students, number one, and our school facilities and our school grounds safe for our students, both the facility-wise, but also just the mental and physical safety of our students. Talk to me about your hearing of our academics and how do students feel about the academic coursework that they are engaged in. Do we need to add something, take something away? What are you hearing from our students around that?
Right now, well, for me, since I'm taking 3 AP classes and 1 honors class, so it's not too much for me. Like, I am able to go to soccer practice, I'm able to attend student council meetings, and I'm able to get all my work done and still have good grades at the end of the day. So it's not too much. I do not think that they need to add anything else because I'm still understanding and learning things. Like a few days ago, we learned about the 1619 project. I didn't know about that. And it's leading into more and more stuff that we're going to be learning. So I don't think that they need to add anything or take away anything. It's a perfect balance to me so far.
Okay, so it's interesting. You said you're taking 3 AP courses,
Yes.
1 honors course, play soccer, student council, sit as the executive liaison between the school board and the students.
Yes.
Pretty full schedule. What do you do for fun?
Well, a few years ago, my dad got me into playing the bass guitar. I'm not the best at it, but I'm trying. And I do like writing. My 8th grade teacher, Miss Harris from WOK, she got me into writing. So I do that too. I like playing games with my brothers. We play just Nintendo games, PS5 games, anything like that.
So you still feel like you have a chance to be just be a student, but also just be a young adult now, learning life. You don't have to feel stressed and pressures.
Yeah.
You seem to paint a very nice picture, and I appreciate that because I love to hear our students doing well. What about the students who don't feel the same level of comfort here or feel like there is a level of stress? What would you say to those students, and what would you say to us as adults?
To those students, I'd say that they need to, I'm not going to say that they need to try more because I don't know the situations that they may be going through because I don't know if anything outside of school is taking the time away from them. But if they do have time and if nothing else is taking away that time, they need to put forward more effort into succeeding and doing better in school because a lot of students, I do know that they don't think it's as important because it just isn't a priority to them. But for me, because my dad, he put forth that school is more important. So I think that they should put that into their mindset too, that school is very important.
What aspirations do you have post-graduate? When you graduate from Hillside High School, you will get that diploma. What's next? Career, college, what's on your horizons?
Next is college for me, but right now I do not know exactly what I want to do. I'm leaning towards engineering because I'm more interested in that, and which is why I'm taking pre-calculus right now. I'm on the road to take calculus next year.
Engineering. What college has you intrigued right now?
Right now, NJIT, because we took a field trip to there last year, and I heard a lot of good things, and they have really good math programs.
NJIT is an excellent school. For those who don't know what NJIT is, New Jersey Institute of Technology. Great school. All right. So, junior year, you play sports, sitting on the student council, school board, student liaison, 3 AP courses, soccer, bass guitar. Who instilled these roots? Who instilled these values into you about valuing education?
My dad.
Your dad. You smile when you light up. Talk to us about your dad. Dad, we're giving you a shout out on the podcast. So you have to watch it and send it to your family. So talk about your dad. What made your dad so inspirational in your life?
When I was little, my dad would try to get me to do good in school because when I was little, I didn't, like how I mentioned before that some students don't take school seriously, I was like that. But he showed me that if I don't do too well, it's not guaranteed that I will have like an amazing job or anything, even if I do well in school, but it's a better chance of having that. And I just feel proud of myself for doing that too. And when my dad's proud of me, it helps too.
That's a beautiful thing. You and I were talking earlier that your native land is from the continent of Africa. Tell everybody where you're originally from.
My family is from Nigeria.
Okay, that's the country. What city in Nigeria?
Lagos. And my dad's side is from Ibadan.
Okay, all right. And you've been back a couple times and plan on going back again, if I'm not mistaken. So talk to about those visits. What were they like?
My first visit, I was kind of scared because it's a new place. I've never been there before. And so I got to meet some of my family I never met before. My grandma came over before, and then she followed us back to Nigeria, so I got to spend more time with her. My second visit was for my grandfather's funeral, but instead of it being sad or anything, it was like a big party, so a lot of people, even more people that I'd never seen before, came together, and it was a good time in general.
So you're going back again next summer, I think you said?
Yes.
What's it like? How long do you stay? Give us a flavor. If I were to visit with you, what would I experience?
The first time I went to Nigeria, it was for 2 weeks. The second time was a month because not only was it the burial of my grandfather, it was also my aunt's wedding.
Oh,
so
you
it
really
was
were
a lot.
partying.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. You are able to bring forth a different cultural perspective. If you were going to school in Nigeria, what do you think your schooling experience would be like?
I can't speak too much on that because I don't really know how school is there, but from what my dad said, he said that school here and in Nigeria isn't too different. Of course, like in Nigeria, the funding for school in Nigeria isn't as good as the funding for school in America, but the values are still the same. And I'd even say that in Nigeria, education is pushed more because of how the opportunities are lessened in Nigeria compared to America, so education is pushed more so that you have a better chance of succeeding.
Well said, understood. So you play soccer. What position?
Right now, this is my first year playing soccer, so I don't...
First year playing soccer? What happened? Why you start so late?
Well, before that, I did cross country for 2 years.
Okay.
And then I did track since I started 8th grade doing track.
Okay. Are you still going to run track this year?
I do not know because I have to take time babysitting my brothers during that.
So he's nice. See another layer that he's added on. So he's also a family man, taking care of his younger siblings. All right, I understand. But talk to me about your soccer experience. What position they have you playing?
First, they had me playing striker. Then they had me playing center defensive mid, and then they had me playing left back. And they put me right back and then striker. It was just all over the place. They're trying to figure out where to put me.
What does that mean? I mean, it's your first year, so I understand, but what does that mean?
Well, my coach said that I'm not too bad, but I'm not the greatest. Since everybody else in the soccer team has had more experience playing, and they've been, like, this is their second or third year playing, and this is my first, so they're trying to figure out where I'd be best put at.
I didn't play soccer until my senior year in high school. And I've been coaching soccer for 2 decades. So don't let them discourage you, all right? It's okay. It's okay. You'll be all right. Don't give up on it. It's a beautiful sport. You follow the Nigerian national team at all?
Not too much. Like, I don't really, like, when I started soccer, it was the first time I ever learned anything about soccer. My dad, he's a big soccer fan, but I don't watch sports that much. I'm mostly just focused on I wouldn't say focused on my schoolwork, but I'm not too much interested in sports.
You just broke my heart. So, listen, one of the things that I always love to hear about from our students is their experiences as a student, their experiences about being in a town that is very small but very diverse, but then long-term aspirations, right? So I've heard you talk about the importance of schooling and your education. I've heard you connect with your family roots. What's long-term for you? And you're a junior. You still should be thinking about what's long-term. What do you think about long-term?
Right now, I'm thinking about college and maybe going further in my educational career. I'm thinking about, I don't know the steps of being an engineer. Like, I know you have to go to college. I know you have to take certain math classes like calculus, pre-calculus, which is why I'm taking pre-calculus right now and planning to take it in a year, calculus in a year. But I don't exactly know what's next after college for the engineering career.
All right. Do you want to stay in New Jersey?
I think I do want to stay in New Jersey. Most of my family that's in America is in New Jersey. You
ever think about being a superintendent of schools?
I don't really think so, no.
Let me tell you, if I were asked the same question sitting in your seat as junior in high school, I would have said the same thing. My degree is in statistics. I started off as an engineering college, computer engineering. 30 plus years later, here I am. So you never know. I say that because you never know which the spirit might take you, but it seems like you have the gift for gab and intelligence. Even though you're a little quiet, I think once you open up, you probably start talking. I'm sure there's some people in the room who probably heard you talk a lot. So, So, as we get ready to close out, give your classmates 2 suggestions that you want them to keep with them as they go through the rest of this school year.
One suggestion is that try to view it from, I don't know how to say this, but try to view it from how I see education. Education, even though it might not take you where you want to go, it's still a good, I don't know the perfect word for it, but it can push you instead of just like having nothing to fall back on. Like, it's a good thing to fall back on, and you have knowledge of what else you could do. And a second thing, I think that I know that a lot of students just don't go to class. That's another thing. I don't like missing school because I don't want to be held back. I don't want to miss things that are going to hinder me, basically. But a lot of other students, they just don't see it like that. And I hope that after seeing this video, maybe they will reconsider that and think about how that might be affecting them, or how that might be affecting the people that they care about. Because the people that they care about, they're taking time out of their day to provide for them, to have the stuff that they could go to school for. And if you're not trying to, use that, then it might be having a toll on them. Like, they might not just show it, but like, it might be affecting them mentally, thinking that their child doesn't care about education in the way that they might want them to.
So I'm going to frame 2 points, and so everyone understands. I think the points are very valid. Education is the gateway to opening up so many doors. It's the pathway to bringing you to spaces that you may have never, ever thought could open up for you. I may never have been able to travel the way I have without the knowledge that I have, whether it's in the classroom and et cetera. So part 1, you're 100% correct. While today it may seem like it's mundane, I don't like going through the day-to-day classroom activities, education opens up doors that you may have never had the chance to open up in the past or in some other spaces. And I think the way I want to frame your second point is be present. Be present. Don't just show up. Like, be present. Because when you're present, then you can activate something. You're active, right? Just showing up means you're there. But being present, means I'm contributing. And no matter where it takes you. Listen, in this day and age when we're using AI, when we're using so many different technology tools, when you guys are driving electric cars, when by the time you graduate from college, you'll be driving an electric car, I'm sure. Your homes are solar powered. Things are going to be so different. But how do you know all that if you're not actively engaged in the process of creating these things? So take education as an essential key and then be present. I always like to close with something fun and entertaining. So this is just my own thoughts and edification. Because one day you may decide to cook me a nice meal and you say, Superintendent Glover, I made this for you because you seem so excited and interested in eating it. So if I came to your house and I said you had to cook, not your mother, not your father, not anyone, you had to cook, what would be the food item you would cook for me?
Well, the main thing that my mom taught me how to cook so far is white rice. I'm not too good at
All I'm going to get is a bowl of white rice?
I mean, she mainly taught me how to cook white rice as like a starting point, because white rice, you could use white rice to cook a lot of other things like fried rice, jollof rice, and other things. So she started me with white rice. I'm not too good at cooking any of the stew that you would eat white rice with, so I guess just plain white rice.
So I'm going to come there with just plain white rice. All right, I mean, it's a start. But you know what? It's interesting you said it, and I like how you framed it. It's a starting point, right? And it actually is the palate for so many other things because rice is an important dish. All right, so I'm going to get white rice. So what should I bring with me then if I want to enjoy my white rice?
What I normally eat white rice with is pepper soup. It's just a red stew. I know I call it soup. I don't know if that's how you are supposed to correctly say it, but it's just a red stew that you put on top of the white rice and mix it, and that's how you just eat it, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take that. So I really need to come over and ask your mom to cook dinner. That's what you're telling me? Basically,
yeah.
That's good. You have siblings?
Yeah,
How many?
I have 3.
3 siblings, brother, sister, what do you have?
All brothers.
All 4 boys in the house?
Yeah.
Wow. Who's the oldest?
Me.
You're the oldest?
Yeah.
And who's the youngest?
Well, my brother.
How old is he? Yeah.
He's
And his name. Give him a shout out. You got to give your brother a shout out.
my youngest brother. His name is Shaya, but he started pre-K this year.
He just started pre-K.
Yeah.
So 3 or 4?
He is 5.
5?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's in kindergarten.
Oh yeah, he is.
You don't know the grade. Come on now. Now he's going to tease you when you get home. So 5 years old, and you are 16.
Yes.
You start driving yet?
No.
You're looking forward to driving?
Yeah, I just turned 16 like last month.
That's all right. You taking driver's ed?
No, I took it last year.
You did? You have your permit?
No.
You don't want to drive. You're not that serious about driving.
I mean, I have it as something I want to do, but I'm not too focused on it now.
You don't need it. All right.
Uh,
All right. No, it's good talking to you, Brother Cole. I appreciate you, man. You took a leap of faith and you jumped out there and you said, I'll be the first one to sit on the school board as a student rep. I mean, it's been several years since we had a student rep. So thank you very much. And we hope that your students, your classmates, truly speak the truth to you and you can frame it to us. And then the board can listen to you and make sure that we try to implement some of the things that's going on. But you see me anytime you want. You can always say, Soup, we need to take care of that. All right?
all right.
Final words you want to give to your classmates and your family and anybody else who may watch this podcast?
I'm grateful for having the chance to be here and basically just having the platform to talk to everybody. And I hope that everybody else that's still in school will continue and take the words that I and the superintendent said to heart and just do good in school.
Hillside, you heard it first. Let's get it. Let's go. Stand up, stand tall, stand proud. This is Superintendent Glover signing off with another episode of Super Talk.